Hello, all of my star pupils, and welcome back to the astro class. I have not talked to you guys in a hot minute, or probably in a while. I just moved into my brand new house, and as you can see from the background behind me, it is a little bit different. I am very excited to be putting up a dual video for you guys. So I'm going to be talking about all of my Leos out there. I know that you're probably upset because you were thinking I was waiting for the video to come out. I was waiting to actually see or hear from you, and you didn't. And I'm sorry, so sorry to say that I was busy moving. I was busy doing different stuff. Again, I do apologize for the cars that are in the background, but I myself am a Leo, and yes, I can say that I did celebrate my 30th this year. So for all the Leos who did have a birthday, as well as myself, happy birthday. I'm going to start with that today as part of our class to know about the Leo Zodiac sign. And then I'm going to also talk about the Virgos, because this is Virgo season that we're in right now. I know that we just had the full eclipse that was in Pisces. So again, or the full moon, not the full eclipse, the full moon in Pisces was on September 2nd. So we're in Virgo season right now. So things are kind of winding down. It's a little bit different. The summer will be ending soon in September. I'm going to be doing those two videos today primarily. I'm also going to start posting on the regular again. I've kind of settled into my house, and I'm really going to focus very hard on this channel, bringing out new content. I know that I've said I've wanted to do a bunch of different videos, so definitely hit the like or subscribe button, and also comment down below what kind of videos that you guys do want to see in the future. I'm seriously thinking of doing a retrograde video at some point, only to kind of round out the astrological series a little bit and then get into other things. October's also going to be a big month. I'm going to definitely be doing some new and fun videos then too. So again, let me know what you guys want. So comment and subscribe. So we will get right into the video. So all of my Leos out there who celebrated a birthday, you would have been born from July 22nd to August 22nd. So for all of the Leos out there who did have a birthday, happy birthday. So the Leo Zodiac sign, the Leo is called the lion in the Zodiac. Again, I'm going to link down my first ever astrological, astro class video on the Zodiac. Leo is a fire sign. They are a fixed sign, which is part of their nature pretty much. The house that Leo rules is the 5th house, and also they are considered to be, like I said before many times, the kings or queens of the Zodiac. They're highly noble, highly generous, creative. The key word for Leos is basically royalty and being creative or being generous. So when you meet a Leo person, those traits are evident depending on what type of Leo you are. And again, your placements if this is your sun sign. So for Leos also too, there is a lot of emotion. Leos, they govern the part of the body that's the heart. So a lot of things to do with heart chakra work. If you're like very stressed out during a period of time, or things are like, Leos take things very heavily. So if you are experiencing some of those things right now, it's good to do some heart chakra work too. The crystals or any type of gemstones that Leos use a lot, or could help if you're trying to manifest. It could help if you're trying to have a psychic intuition or psychic ability, if you're card reading, anything of that nature, is amber. Tiger's eye is a big gem stone for Leos. Tiger's eye is very grounding. It's very protective orientated, and it also helps Leos to kind of get in tune with their psychic abilities. So that's a really good one to use too. Sunstone is another one. Obviously, because the ruling planet for Leos is the sun, sunstone is great because it's a beautiful stone. If you have ever seen it, I will actually put a picture of it up here. But it helps to kind of bring forth that energy of brightness, of lightness, of, you know, just the beauty or the natural beauty that Leos have. It just brings that forward a lot. So definitely, if all the Leos out there, if you don't have sunstone, I strongly suggest that you do pick up one, or at least a tiger's eye, for the protective qualities of that. And finally, there is opal. Opal is also great because Leos are very flashy. They're very, you know, they like shiny things. They like things that are different colors. They are anything but boring groups of people. So opal is also great too because it has the flashy qualities, but it also can give you a psychic ability or in tune you psychically. Again, if I do a class on the crystals and on gemstones and things like that, we probably will touch upon that more. But if you are a Leo, I would strongly suggest, again, getting tiger's eye or sunstone. Moving on to the essential oils. If you are a Leo, I would strongly suggest that you at least get cedarwood. Cedarwood is a great essential oil for calming. It has a very great calming effect on Leos, but also too, it enhances nobility. It enhances that generosity in Leos. It enhances, if you're feeling really stressed, cedarwood is a great thing to use to calm yourself for most Leos. Clary sage is another great one. I love using clary sage myself because it gives you that equilibrium. It gives you that peace of mind. It also kind of releases your inhibitions a little bit if you're feeling one way or another, or if you're kind of feeling like, no, this isn't really going to work for me, or you're feeling anxious or anxious about something, then clary sage is really, really great for that. So I have some, I keep it with me constantly to spray it. You can also use it as a tonic water for your face. It has great properties to heal the skin, to heal type of things like that. And again, as we've talked about before, if you are considering using essential oils, or if you are in a situation where sometimes you may have allergies, this or that, or if you're pregnant, you know, please consult a physician. I mean, I'm obviously not a doctor, so I wouldn't know, but if you are feeling hesitant to use essential oils, or you're thinking about using them, you know, talk to your doctor first, so just to make sure that you don't end up with a reaction or something with an oil where it doesn't take very well and you don't like the smell and it's not pleasant. So keep that in mind. There's also sweet orange. Now, Leos really do very well with anything that has to do with citrus. So lemon, sweet orange, limes. Definitely get yourself some of that too, because that's very good for cleansing the home as well, or cleansing the air. Goldenrod is also another good essential oil. The only issue with goldenrod is there are so many people out there who have allergies, you know, allergic reactions to that. And the goldenrod smell in an essential oil is extremely pungent. So that's not one I would suggest unless it's mixed with a carrier oil, or unless it's mixed with something else. So again, for all my star pupils out there who are Leos, don't try and get yourself some goldenrod to start with, because it's a very pungent smell and it might not be something that you're into. So stick with the cedar wood, the clary sage, or the sweet orange. And also too, goldenrod is very expensive. So you might want to go with the less expensive oils, which actually could help your pocket a little bit too. So that's something to think about. The other thing I'm going to say too is that Leos really thrive in good environments, in the sunlight, in happiness, in, you know, in excitement. They're very dramatic. They have a flair for the drama of it all sometimes. And then also they have, you know, leadership qualities. Leos are very great leaders as well. And they actually make good parents a lot of times. You know, so they have a lot of good qualities, Leos. They also too are very generous and very, very giving, and they give themselves highly to many, many different causes, to many different people. Again, with them being leaders, that's also too a really, really great thing, because they actually can champion a lot of the causes that some people can't. They're extremely vocal. They need to have a feel of being important. So that's pretty much some of the qualities of a Leo. Some of the not so great qualities. Leos can be extremely self-centered at times. They can also too lash out at times, if they feel like their authority has been questioned. They also too can have too much of getting involved in the drama of things. You know, they're very oftentimes meddlesome people. If they're scorned, obviously, would you want to be in a cage with a lion? I think not. So you have to think of that too. They are quick to anger. It's a little bit different than Aries because it's mostly built up energy, and Leos really do, when they get mad, they get mad. So that's something to think about too. Some of the not so great qualities, especially being selfish or self-centered. Like, Leos need to go through life understanding that that's not a great quality to have. And if you want to be a leader, then you should really lead for the whole entire group and not just yourself. So that's something to think of as well. So little thing I'm going to do today that's a little bit different for my Leos is we are using, and this is my absolute one of my favorite decks to use, the Cat's Tarot. I mean, come on, Leos, we have to use the Cat's Tarot. There's just no way around that. Like, let's just be honest. So we're going to use this. I'm going to do a birthday reading specifically for the Leos. If you do want to pick this up, I will put a link in the description below. Again, I'm not affiliated with this person in any type of way. But this is a great deck to use. It comes with a starter book, so you can definitely use it yourself. But it's great. I love it. I'm a huge cat person. Surprise, surprise for all the Leos that are out there. I'm a huge cat person myself. It's nothing against the dog lovers, but when you're a Leo, you just are more, prone to loving the cats. So that's why I'm going to use this deck. I'm going to ask Spirit to give us some information, give us some insight. I mean, I know that Leo season has kind of passed, but you can do card readings at any time. You just have to kind of ask Spirit, what are we looking for? What are we looking for all the Leos out there? Is there any specific kind of message that we need? Anything that any of you want to know out there? I know that some things are changing in this world, and some of you might be getting back to work. Some of you, might be dealing with sending your children to school amid the pandemic. So all kinds of things are happening. It's a very turbulent time, but it's all for the good. Spirit always has a way, and that's the way that I like to think about it. Putting positivity out there, and Spirit always can find a way for people. So you may be going through some things, but understand you're coming to this channel because you want to learn about things, and you are not alone. There are so many YouTubers out there who are all in the same boat. We're trying to spread the love and spread awareness and spread things, about what we know. So again, just don't feel like you're ever alone. If you need to come to this channel just to get away from things, have at it. I like to come to this channel to teach and to show different things because I like to get away from some things too. So we definitely welcome all star pupils of all ages, creeds, people. Okay, so I'm going to pull a few cards for all my Leos out there and just see kind of what is going on, picking up on the energy here. And then I'm also too going to pull, I just got this deck for my birthday. I absolutely love it. It's a message deck, and I will show it to you in a second here, but it is just so great. I absolutely love it. So let me get this going here. Let's split this and see what we got, guys. Okay. Oh. Ooh. Wow. We got a lot of feeling going on, Leos. There was a lot of feeling. Maybe you're feeling this too in the Virgo season too. Very, very interesting. Let me take a minute to actually look and read some of this. So I'm going to start with this first one, and I'm going to put it right up there so you guys can see it. It's called the Eight of Sea. So this would be basically the Eight of Cups. In other words, and it's so interesting because a lot of you Leos, maybe even now in this season or maybe before, you kind of feel like it's very emotional. It's a very emotional time for all of you. You know, we do know that water, I mean, the water signs, Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. I mean, we just had the full moon in Pisces. So there's a lot of emotional energy going on, a lot of things beneath the water. And right now you are taking a huge drink off of your emotions. You kind of feel like you've been barren. I mean, this poor little kitty, he's just been in the barren desert, and you kind of see that there's something that's out there for you that, you know, is kind of like a saving grace amidst all of the emotional turbulence that maybe you felt in the past. You're also learning to overcome your emotions, to not get so emotionally involved, but also understanding that sometimes you yourself need a drink too. Like, you need to, you know, ask for help from others emotionally if you're struggling, or, you know, have a friend or a family member to talk to, especially in these times. But you are learning to govern your emotions. You're learning to kind of come out of that and to really kind of understand that even though you may be in the middle of the desert and things may be really bad, there's always something positive, a positive outcome on the other side of that, you know. So you're even learning that now in Virgo season now. But again, you know, keeping in mind, you're getting towards that step. I mean, the number 8, we have the infinity, we have the balancing, if you can look at a number 8. So it's like you're balancing still your emotions, and this continues on probably for the rest of the year. But keep in mind, there is always that good spot in the world. There is always that good spot in the middle of the desert, you know, the emotional feeling that you can actually drink from something. You can take something away with you from your emotions, and things of that nature. So that's what the 8 of Cups is referring to. Also too, I'm getting with this card that you're also thinking about a lot of friends or family members who may have passed. You've been thinking about them probably more recently. You know, thinking about the times in the past, or what you kind of have learned from the past. So that might be coming up a lot for you emotionally too. I'm just getting that from feeling about this card. Which brings me to the second point, because we have a lot of water in this situation. So the 7, which I think is interesting because we have the 7 and then we have the 8. So, you know, the 7 of Cups with the choices, you know, you've had choices presented to you. And the thing is that looking at this card, you know, you see that there are some things that you want to take a stab at, you want to grab at, but unfortunately it's best time right now to kind of step back from that and realize, what do you really want out of life? What, you know, as a Leo, what can you take away from right now? What are you looking towards for the future, instead of just grabbing at whatever comes to you first, you know. And keeping in mind, you know, the cups are full of emotion. They're full of conduit, you know, water, the psychic ability. So it's like these things are coming to you not from others, but from the spirit world. You know, people could be presenting you with options. It's just a reminder to kind of step back, take a look at it, make the choices that you're going to make, but understand that this choice could lead you to, you know, the 8 of Cups, and lead you to the one cup that you are desiring, or that one thing in the desert that you're going through. You know, the desert symbolizing obviously the turmoil and the troubles that you're obviously facing or going through. So the 7 of Cups, the 8 of Cups, you know, that's kind of interesting that you're starting with a choice, you're starting with an emotional belief or things of that nature, and then you're coming to the 8 of Cups. So that's something to think about too. Now, in the midst of all of this, and in the midst of your choices emotionally, you have the Wheel, which I think is very interesting, because the Wheel of Fortune is also known as, you know, the wheel of the spirit. Like, things that are beyond your control are turning right now. You know, like everything that's up above in the spirit world is definitely making you presented with different choices. So it's telling you that you need to make that decision. The wheel constantly turns regardless or not, Leo, if you want that. Any of the Leos out there, if you're looking for a change, if you're looking to do something, Spirit's trying to speak to you right now. They might be trying to speak to you in synchronicities. You might have your guides trying to talk to you or push you towards something emotionally. If you've been through a bad emotional breakup, or if you've been through an emotional roller coaster ride, they're kind of hinting for you to get off of this ride. It's time for you to make a decision that's going to change your life. It's time for you to make a decision that's going to affect you. And Spirit is having a very big hand in this. So that's basically what the wheel is stating too. While you're going through this a lot, you also have been a little bit of the hermit. Look at him. He's just up there, you know, hanging out in the tree. You're not really wanting to be around a lot of people even at this time. You know, maybe during Leo season you were even hesitant to be around people because you're having to make so many emotional adjustments. Emotional things are coming at you, decisions that you're having to make. So, you know, along with the wheel, you are trying to make these conscientious decisions. So you might not want to go out and hang out with your friends or your family or your spouse or loved ones. You might not want to go, you know, to specific public events. You know, Leos are very public persona people. They're completely out there. They're always talking with people, chatting with people. They're friends with everybody. You're kind of feeling, based on this Hermit card, that that's just not what you need right now. It's not what your soul needs right now. You need to make a decision on the emotional parts of you. Where do you want to go next? What do you want to do? And that's kind of like getting you away from kind of, you know, being out in the public eye or being at parties or being at get-togethers with family or friends, because you're just needing some time to think. So Leo, especially during Virgo season, if you do need that, you know, take some time to yourself, do some self-care. It's not going to hurt you to kind of step back, especially if you're going to be making that jump from the 7 of Cups to the 8 of Cups. It's best if you kind of step back and think for yourself what would be the best avenue. Which leads to the Ace of C, or in this case, the Ace of Cups. So there is a new beginning emotionally for you, you know, all my Leos out there. If you're struggling right now in this season and you feel like you have no place else to turn to emotionally, understand that a new beginning is coming. You will make that choice. You will grab one of those, you know, 7 of Cups, and you will make that decision, and it will lead you to a new beginning emotionally. You're going to really shed yourself in every type of way, and you're going to emerge the Leo that you always thought you would be emotionally. Now that might be happening now because there's a lot of shifts astrologically. There's a lot of shifts, you know, karmically right now. I mean, we are in Saturn and Capricorn still. So this could be going on till the end of the year. You know, it just depends on where your placements are, but you will emotionally have a new beginning. So that's pretty much what you're looking for, Leos. So chakra love this deck. Again, I'm not affiliated with this person, but definitely if you're looking for an oracle thing that's at least very simple and very simple messages, get yourself these. These are really, really good to use if you're just beginning to use oracle cards. If you're looking for messages in readings or anything like that. I just happened upon that because I was looking to try and get into more oracle cards as of recent. So definitely, if you haven't, you know, my Star Pupils, if you haven't gotten one of those, definitely get yourself one. Let's pull a message for Leo, see what's, you know, what's kind of going on a little bit, and then we'll move on to my Virgo peoples, my Virgo Star Pupils. Yeah, Leo, keep on keeping on. I know it's not easy, especially amidst all of the changes and everything. So, you know, so keep on doing what you're doing. You know, emotionally you will come through, and I can sense that, and I can definitely feel that. Let me see here. Oh, we're going to be pulling out this guy right here, because look at that. The Leo, the sunburst. All right. And of course, we have the sacral chakra, carnelian, which is interesting because carnelian actually is a Virgo gemstone. So that's kind of interesting. Maybe this is a message for right now because you're dealing with the Virgo seasons. And of course, my Leos, letting go. Letting go is not giving up. Sometimes it is the first step towards success. Yes, Leos. So you guys, you got to let go. You got to let go of stuff that just isn't working. And I think that that's the decision you got to make with the Seven of Seas, the Seven of Cups. You got to let go. You know, sometimes things are going to happen and you can't really, you know, change it, but you know, that's the thing, it all leads towards greater things, you know. So if something's toxic or not so great in your life, Leos, you know, let it go. And I'm gonna move on to Virgo now, but again, Leos, have a great birthday if you hadn't already, you know, celebrate late. And hopefully that actually helped some of you out pretty much for my Leo star pupils. So moving on to Virgo. So Virgo is from August 22nd to September 22nd. So right now Virgos are celebrating birthdays. You know, this is Virgo season. We've had a lot of different shifts. You know, the full moon in Pisces really brought so many things to the surface intuitively, psychically. You know, we're pretty much all feeling things right now, right? So Virgo is the maiden. The house that the Virgo rules is the 6th house. It's a mutable earth sign. You know, Virgos are very earthy people. You know, and Virgos rule the planet of Mercury. So that's the planet of thoughts, of mental clarification, of mental stability, of anything having to do mentally with the mind. Virgos are very detail-orientated people, highly educated as well. They're very good at reading, you know, learning languages. Virgos are very much like, you know, they live in the details of everything too. You know, they can be very good communicators depending on if you have Gemini anywhere in your chart. The key word with Virgos is analyze. They like to analyze everything. They like to analyze their lives, analyze other people's situations, analyze what's going on in the world. So definitely Virgos, I think you're probably feeling more so what's going on in the world and trying to come up with a reason for it, a logical reason. They're always the ones, you know, much like Capricorn is very old school and very logical in their approaches, so is Virgo. For gemstones or for crystals, lapis lazuli is a great one for Virgos. It denotes a sense of independence. You know, Virgos sometimes can shy away from challenges. They can shy away from things where they got all the details and all of the things ready to go, and they're just like looking too much into the details. So lapis lazuli helps for that. Carnelian we just talked about. You know, carnelian's the one to have this season. It's hardworking, it's practical, it's a great stone if you're looking to manifest some more from your work, or if you're looking to manifest some type of protection. Again, it's with the sacral chakra, so that's always good too. And sapphire, it's loyalty, it's kindness. You know, if you're looking for a little more kindness, which I'm sure all my star pupils are, you know, including the Virgos in the room, you know, get yourself a sapphire gemstone, you know, splurge a little bit for your birthdays. Just don't go that crazy, because sometimes in this time period it's hard to get anything extra. But get yourself some sapphire if you so are inclined to do that, or some carnelian. For essential oils, the big 2 essential oils I'm going to say for Virgo, frankincense. Frankincense is a great oil for Virgos. It brings them back to center. If you're feeling overwhelmed with the details of life, if you're feeling overwhelmed by other people's emotions, Virgos take other people's emotions on a lot like Cancers do. So frankincense is great to just kind of bring you back to that state, bring you back to the state of spirituality, of, you know, the psychic intuition. If you're looking for that, you know, get you involved with spirit, with anything, you know, having to do with your feelings, or just kind of calming you down a little bit and bringing you back to center. Lavender is also great for Virgos. Virgos are very, they're into beauty. They're into things that are, you know, earthy, and you can see on the outside, you know, they're probably growing lavender near their homes or anything like that. So lavender is another great one. It's a very grounding. When you think of Virgos, you think of grounding. You think of anything that they use to kind of ground themselves. They're also very, very beautiful, earthy people. So You know, any type of self-care that you could do, Virgos, you know, definitely do that for yourself right now. This is your birthday month. It's time to kind of just think about yourself. So definitely go through that too as well. Virgos are also very, they're very innocent at times, and they think of things innocently. So if you are one of those people, definitely think about that and continue on with that. You know, just keeping it light. Don't like do things too much. You know what I mean? That kind of is gonna bring your vibrational down, I should say, or your vibes down. You know, we want to keep the good vibes, and that's what Virgos are about. Virgos on the flip side could be too much involved in the details. They can be very nitpicky people. Everything has to be so. Everything has to be perfect. Everything has to be, you know, ethereal and beautiful. And sometimes that's not always reality. You know, sometimes Virgos live for the knight in shining armor, but that can't always be the case. Virgos sometimes have to save themselves in a lot of ways too. They kind of remind me of, like, you know, the Cinderellas of the world, for the more negative aspects of it. So again, if you're really dealing with that, Virgos, you know, try to overcome a little bit with that. So that's for my Virgos. I'm actually shuffling the cards right now, getting the energies for the Virgos going right now. You know, I just have that sense that you guys are dealing with a lot of things more mentally than maybe emotional. I mean, I know the Leos are dealing with a lot of things emotionally. I just got that sense from you guys. I'm also getting from Spirit that maybe some of you have been involved in a marriage and a breakup and something of that nature, and you're feeling whatever's going on. So getting that too. If you're also single, which I probably should have mentioned too for the Leos, if you're also single, Virgo, I'm sensing that. Yep, the cards are talking to me because I'm sensing that. If you are single, you're looking right now. You're trying to look right now. I mean, I know it's not easy for people to find people during COVID right now. It's difficult. But Virgo, sometimes you don't have to go very far. You don't have to look very, very far to find it. So it might be somebody you know, somebody who's closer to you, for all the single Virgos out there. So definitely be thinking of that. Let's see what we got. I'm going to also be using the chakra ones too. So, all right. See, you know, it's funny because you got the sense of it. You just get the sense of it. Yeah, so you're definitely feeling a lot of earth energy here. What is so interesting is, and I will show you these cards. I'm still going to be using the Cat Tarot. But we got the Ace of Earth, or the Ace of, oh my goodness, Ace. Yeah, so Ace of Pentacles. I'm sorry. So we have the Ace of Pentacles. We have the Two of Pentacles, or the Two of Earth. And then we have the Three of Pentacles. So Virgos, a lot of money, a lot of career stuff going on right now. A lot of moving and grooving as far as that's concerned. You are really trying to step it up quickly. So for the Ace of Pentacles, new beginning when it comes to, and the new beginning for mostly the summertime. With this, when things are in full bloom, you may have had a job offer or a career or something with having to do extra work that you have started. So that's a big thing, and that's relatively quickly. This stuff is happening relatively quickly for you. So this is a job or something that you've, you know, started a new career path, a new way to make money. You may be an entrepreneur, and you may be thinking that because of COVID and because of stuff that's been going on, you're going to start your own business. So that has started for you now, or will be. So then you got the Two of Pentacles. And you're trying to balance, you're trying to juggle. I mean, you know, on the tarot card for the Two of Pentacles, you see the jester or the juggler trying to juggle both, you know, the upside of money and the upside of success, and then the downside of money and success. So that's happening here. You know, he's not really doing very much. He's just balancing the kitty. So that's what's happening with you right now. You're trying to maybe balance home life and balance work life, and it's becoming a lot for you. If you are stay-at-home parents right now, you know, you guys are really feeling the whole COVID thing with the back to school. If you guys are a little bit older and watching this channel and you have kids and everything, but understand like that will be okay. Like things will go through. You're just learning to balance and learning to do a new way. Which brings me to the Three of Pentacles. You guys have definitely, you know, you are on the hunt for something. You are making your money. You are working hard to keep your money. You're hunting, in other words, you know, much like these kitties are. You're hunting for the big, you know, the big pie in the sky, the big thing that you're looking for. So you will do whatever is necessary to make that a possibility. You know, Virgos are very tenacious people. They go after what they want. If you are an entrepreneur, a business owner right now, you're trying to figure out how to make stuff work for yourself, how to, you know, make things happen with very little. And that could even be in your life, Virgo, currently right now. So keep that in mind, that you're on the hunt for that. I don't know if some of you maybe have, this is the King of Sky, or as we call it, the King of Swords. I don't know if some of you have in your chart the Libra, Aquarius, or Gemini aspects. If you do, take a look at those aspects, see where they are in your chart. Like I talked about the chart wheel, and that was in some of my previous videos. You know, definitely take a look at that and see where it's located. You know, the King of Sky is talking to you right now. The King of Swords is talking to you. There's a lot of things mentally, not so much emotionally, but you are really at the peak of your mental capabilities. You really are at a point where you are fully stretched right now as far as making money, as far as going through things. So you are doing it. You are doing your thing. You are making things happen. And you are just mentally taking a rest. You're mentally at the top of it. You know, you are mentally where you need to be, Virgos. You're mentally there. You're in a good place. You're stable, but you are constantly calculating. You are constantly in the details. You are constantly thinking of the next place to go, the next thing to do. So, you know, again, that's happening. That's you're making the money, you're making the steps to make this money, but you have the physical and the mental capabilities to make it happen. So the King of Swords comes through, and you know, in those aspects that you may have in your chart or you may not have in your chart, you're going about things very mentally right now. You can't really get involved very emotionally because it's too hard for you right now with everything that's going on. It leads you to the Three of Wands. What's interesting about this is that you feel as though you are carrying burdens. There might be three of them that are bigger than others right now that are really standing out to you, but you're looking up to Spirit. You are looking for a message. You are looking for something from Spirit to kind of explain. Where are you going to go with this path? You know, these Three of Wands, they really, really are kind of irking you a little bit, but it's kind of also showing you that sometimes you do have to look up to the light. You do have to look up to Spirit and kind of ask that for guidance. Don't carry those burdens by yourself. You know, don't feel like you have to go through those burdens by yourself. You know, definitely ask Spirit for a little bit more help if you definitely do need it. I mean, especially because you are at the mental peak right now, you know, maybe it would be best to try and get in contact with Spirit. I mean, I know that you've been going with the mental and also to the physical aspect with the Pentacles, but it's time to kind of look up and understand that those burdens are always going to be there, and you can do something about it. You can do something to change it, and all you have to do is ask Spirit. There is a light at the end of the tunnel, Virgo. So if you think that there's not, there is. You've been going through a lot mentally, and you've been keeping your focus. There have been a lot of people in this world who have not been keeping their focus. They're focused on other things, be it media, be it social media, be it, you know, things that are going on in the world, but not you. You are extremely mentally focused, and sometimes you do need to come down to the spiritual. You do need to just, you know, have that time to be with your family, your friends, or be with what's good in the world. So that's a good point for the Three of Wands. Now let me pull a chakra love message, and we'll see what's going on here. You know, my Star Pupils, you guys, I'm really seriously thinking about doing a Tarot 101 class too, if you guys are interested in that. I mean, October, we're going to do some interesting things, you know, because it's nice to teach, it's nice to talk, you know, about certain things, but come on, let's be honest with ourselves. I know that you guys get bored of just me sitting here talking, you know. I'd like to be a little bit more interactive, get myself a decent camera. How about that? That would be great. You know, so I can move around and do more interactive things instead of just, you know, sitting talking to you guys, so we can do more stuff. Oh, Virgo, let me just, you know, I need to feel out these cards because one is really calling to me in particular. Yeah, it was this one. We got the purple, we got the lavender, we got all this stuff going on. Ooh, very interesting. Lepidolite. So, you know, get yourself some lepidolite, Virgos. This has to do with the third eye chakra. Remember what I was talking to you about with the spiritual, looking up to the spirit, right? So this is what it's telling you. It's talking to you about signs. It's talking to you about the third eye, which is, you know, the psychic ability. So maybe you are going to get some signs for what you're looking for. There will always be signs to guide you on your true path. So again, you might be mentally focused, but don't forget to look out for the signs, Virgo, of what you should be doing next, you know, or what your business might entail, or, you know, don't think so mentally all the time. You know, communicate and talk with spirit. So for Virgos, I want to say, you know, I hope you all have a very happy birthday this month. Again, a lot of changes are taking place, but hopefully you guys can also get to where you need to be. And again, I want to thank all the Star Pupils for coming back out again. I know that I was away for a little bit, but I'm going to really focus on doing these videos for you guys. I'm still going to be releasing videos every Sunday until I can get a schedule down where I can maybe release more videos. But again, comment down below, subscribe and like, and I will see all of my Star Pupils at a different time. But remember, keep it bright, keep it light, keep it starry, and again, have a great day, and try to have a great Labor Day weekend as well.